Tyson Fury will finally return to the ring next weekend when he faces former UFC champion Francis Ngannou in a historic crossover bout. Fury and Ngannou had been sparring back and forth on social media for years, but things suddenly got very serious when Ngannou appeared in the ring following Fury's TKO win over Dillian Whyte. The two agreed on the mix to fight each other, and the bout went from speculative to almost inevitable.
Champion, he's in great shape. Look at the muscles on him.
And we're gonna find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Good man, Francis. Looking, he's a good-looking jammy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Have you got a big Tory?
Huh?
Have you got a big Tory?
Big what?
Tory.
Fury said after he beat Whyte, "Big Francis Ngannou is here today. He's on my hit list in an exhibition fight, however he wants it. In a cage, in a boxing ring, boxing gloves, UFC gloves, we can make it happen. I think everyone wants to see it. He's a monster of a guy. I'm a monster of a guy, so it will be a clash of the titans for sure." Ngannou's power is well structured. Having dispatched numerous opponents in the UFC, Ngannou has said, "I've been waiting to meet Tyson in the ring for the past 3 years. My dream was always to box, and to box the best. After becoming the undisputed MMA heavyweight champion, this is my opportunity to make that dream come true and cement my position as the baddest man on the planet." Ever since Francis Ngannou's camp started, Iron Mike has been coaching him and even became part of the trash talking against the British boxer leading up to the event in Saudi Arabia. Mike Tyson said, "I am helping Ngannou. I am learning what he is able to do. He's able to do so much more than I anticipated. He has what it takes to knock out anything or anybody standing in his way. Once he lands a punch on Tyson Fury's jaw, he is going to knock him out too. Nobody can survive that." In a recent exchange with Sky Sports, Tyson Fury was asked how he felt about Mike Tyson coaching Francis Ngannou ahead of their mega heavyweight fight. This is what Fury said. "I think that it's sad, actually. The man that I am named after, a legend, has to go against me and then come out as a loser, having lost to a man who was named after him. I think that it's sad, and I think that he should be in my corner, not the opposing corner. But business is business, and I understand that it's strictly business. No matter what he teaches this fella, Ngannou, no matter how much boxing training he does, everyone has got a plan until they get punched in the face, and I'm not sure who said that, but that is true. They've all got a plan until they get smacked in the mouth." Joe Rogan has been one of the big cheerleaders for a potential Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury boxing super fight. In a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, he said,
"The thing about Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury is I do not imagine a world where Francis Ngannou can outbox Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a master. His footwork, his jab, his understanding of what to do. You ever see that fight with Otto Wilde where he's on the ropes and just bobbing and weaving and slipping punches? Will say though is Francis Ngannou hits like a freight train.
Correct.
He hits like a freight train.
But Dillian Whyte does too.
I don't think those guys hit as hard as Francis. I mean, I don't know, but Francis is a natural 265. He has to cut down to make 265. He hits so fucking hard. The question is, will he be able to connect on the greatest heavyweight ever?
Alexander Usyk has turned up the heat on Tyson Fury in response to the announcement earlier this week of a fight between the Gypsy King and Francis Ngannou, and he said,
Tyson Fury is world champion in WBC, yeah? Ngannou don't have boxing fight. It's UFC fighter. It's not good boxing. It's guy who don't have the boxing IQ. Not IQ. Boxing fight. Maybe amateur, not professional. But it's show. I love you, UK.
Bernard Hopkins has weighed in on Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Bernard Hopkins believes that the lack of serious attention paid to Francis Ngannou is alright. Speaking in a recent appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Hopkins stated, "This does nothing other than a payday for Tyson Fury. I bet everything I love on Tyson Fury. It's entertainment on a high level because of Tyson Fury. Fury gets the knockout within 5 rounds. Moreover, Joe Rogan said on podcast, being the Gypsy King, those bare-knuckle travelers are known for having fights bare-knuckle. That's the whole thing. They have an old culture behind it. Bare-knuckle fighting and gypsies go back forever. I'm sure he's had bare-knuckle fights. I would love to see it, no matter what. And I love Francis Ngannou, so I'd like him to get a giant payday. And I think it'd be an enormous payday. Huge. It would be spectacular. Francis Ngannou versus the Gypsy King for the undisputed baddest man on the planet. Oh my god, it'd be so much money. That's what I want for Francis. And if it's little gloves, man, you can't around with little gloves. Khabib doesn't give Francis Ngannou a shot against Tyson Fury. Khabib said,
Tyson Fury, this guy is the best right now. It's like, I don't know, like, I think like Tyson Fury is like on different level on boxing. If they fight in MMA, of course, Francis Ngannou have chance, now, after wrestle him, like we can see like from his last fight. If they fight in UFC, but in boxing, I don't see anybody can touch his face.
The fight will draw UFC fans eager to witness Ngannou's transition, boxing enthusiasts who follow Fury, and casual viewers curious about the battle between the MMA powerhouse and the boxing champion. Ngannou summed up his intentions by saying, "I have had these dreams since I was a kid to become a boxer. It's not just that I'm going to box, but I am going to box the guy on the mountain. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, but what I do know for sure is I am going to be out there hunting for this guy's head, to take it off. What will happen at the moment that guy hits the floor and doesn't stand up? Will I be the best boxer in the world? If you take out the no one, you're the no one. I think so." Yet Fury remains confident that he won't be an easy target, and Fury said, "If I lose to an MMA guy, I'll never be able to show my face in public again. It's going to ridicule me. People will chuck it at me forever. If I get knocked out, then I want you all to laugh at me. That's what I want, because I deserve it." Francis Ngannou is stepping up to the plate, and I think he's going to be a bit of a bigger, tougher challenge than these other guys. These other guys are just boxers. This guy's more than that. The heavyweight pay-per-view main event is one of the biggest fights left in 2023. Brazilian MMA star Junior Dos Santos has had his say on the crossover clash between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Dos Santos told DAZN, "Well, a fight's a fight. You never know what is going to happen. You always have a chance. I see very little chance for Francis Ngannou. I'll be rooting for him. I will want him to win. It would be great. Everything he has been doing for the sport, opening different doors for the MMA athletes, I really like what he has been doing." Dos Santos then went on to explain why Ngannou is likely to struggle against Fury and what makes the latter such a special talent inside the ring. But when we talk about boxing, it's a completely different world. Dos Santos continued, "Tyson Fury is an amazing guy not just because of his size, but the way he moves with that size. He has a lot of advantages." Michael Bisping has laid out his prediction for the upcoming heavyweight showdown. Bisping denied Ngannou a chance of shocking the world and said,
Ngannou's going to get battered. That's no disrespect to Ngannou. Ngannou's incredible. As a UFC fighter, he was very good. But he can't box with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a phenomenal boxer. He's 6'9", he's fast, he's feints, his technique, everything's brilliant.
Anthony Joshua also gave his prediction on Tyson Fury as Francis Ngannou.
One, I shouldn't give a fuck. None of my business. Like, really, do you know what I mean? It has no business concerning me. It pays me no business. Number two, why? And he should have been fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship. Straight up, that's nonsense. It's his fault. Three, if we're acknowledging his business, good luck to the man. Do your thing.
Tyson Fury's cutman, George Capatillo, was asked about the fight in a recent interview. Speaking to Betway, the coach stated that Francis Ngannou was likely too slow in the ring to land a knockout blow. Furthermore, as a non-boxer, he'll likely struggle with the cardio. Speaking to Betway, Capatillo predicted, "Of course, Tyson wins 100%. For Tyson, the first 5 rounds I think he will box him, work him down, and when he sees Francis start slowing down, then he's going to start punching more. Francis Ngannou has huge power, but I think is too slow for Tyson Fury. I think with all due respect to Francis, the fight might go to the later rounds and that will be it. A late KO. He will stop in 100%. The consensus king of boxing's heavyweight division is quite aware that fans and media members are labeling his imminent in-ring engagement with Francis Ngannou. Tyson Fury shows big respect to Francis Ngannou. Sound D's OFF on media and said,
"But one thing I do have to say is I've got to take my hat off to Francis for his story and where he's come from and the fight, the grind, the determination and everything he's put into it to get to where he is. You know, he was just a young boy in Africa, you know, with a big dream. And everybody at home probably laughed at him that he was going to go to Las Vegas and win the UFC World Heavyweight Champion. And then when they said he's fighting Tyson Fury, they still laughed at him. But I never laugh at anybody because I know the man struggle. Underestimate anybody and people are like, especially the media, they're like, oh, Francis doesn't have a chance. if I go to the boozer, the old battle cruiser across the road, yeah, and I get in a brawl with a guy, a drunken guy, he's going to hit me, and he might have a chance of knocking me out. So how am I not going to prepare 100% for an absolute killing machine over there? He's trying to take my brains out. I will give Francis the respect that he deserves as 1, as a warrior, and 2, as a man, and 3, as a world champion, what he is.
Joyce is no stranger to the world of heavy hitters. Having sparred both Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, Joyce pointed out during a recent chat with Talk SPOT, Ngannou's first fighting style was boxing. He's come from boxing. In the UFC, there's a lot more to deal with. There's kicks and grappling, and you have to be more well-rounded. But if he's just focusing on boxing, then he's got massive power, and he's just focusing on boxing, so he should be improving and doing well. In the unpredictable world of combat sports, one thing remains constant: the fight within each warrior's heart. Whether it's Fury or Ngannou, it's the relentless pursuit of victory that defines these athletes and keeps us captivated, waiting for the next explosive showdown. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.